So, criticism is one of those things where I think it's very misunderstood. Now, before I do continue this video, I just want to mention that I think criticism is very necessary. You need to develop up a thick skin in order to really just achieve anything in life, because the world is going to basically tear down your product, your videos, your dreams, and your goals, and whatever really that you put out in the world. Like, the world is going to return it back to you and completely shit on it. And that is completely fine. Like, you need to develop up a thick skin. Now, what criticism is actually, though, is that it's ways that you should possibly improve. You should improve your life, how you should improve your videos, how you should improve your fitness. And I think that that's very important to learn how to take criticism as well. Like, if somebody is trying to help you improve yourself, then you should definitely do that. Now, here's the thing though. Literally everybody is a critic. And this is not just because we live in the internet age. And no, I think that this has existed since the very beginning of history. I think ever since the start of human history, I think we've always been critics of somebody or something, or really just anything at all. Like, think about it, like food, for example. Everybody is a critic of food, especially food that is homemade or food in a restaurant. If you pay for food, then obviously you can determine whether it's good or whether it's bad. Now, obviously, maybe some people are going to take it overboard and say, oh, this is like the worst meal that I've ever had. And then the cook is going to come out and he's going to be like, well, why don't you try cooking? And a lot of the times you'll find that those same people cannot cook. Now, I'm not saying that criticizing the food that you pay for is wrong or anything like that. I'm just giving an example. Now, here's the thing though. While I do think that criticism is very important for you to learn how to take, I think another aspect of taking criticism, which is as important, if not more important than taking it, is who you take criticism from or who you ask criticism from. Now, look, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, everybody is a critic. Everybody is going to basically shit on anything that you absolutely do, and you need to develop up a thick skin. Now, let me tell you something about the loudest critics. Okay, your loudest critics or your loudest haters or whatever, really, those are the people that are always going to have absolutely nothing going on. So they try to bring you down as well. And this is, people have told me this before, but like, I didn't really understand it until you actually experience it yourself, that whenever people don't have anything in their own life to focus on, they develop an opinion on yours. So they start to just talk about things or like do whatever, or just basically make fun of you for really whatever it is that you're pursuing. And that's fine. I'm not affected by it. I think it just shows that their character, and I just think that it shows that they don't have anything to go on in their life either. So they're not excited about anything. So literally anything that you do, you will be criticized for by those people, whether it be going back to school to get your degree, whether it be asking for a promotion, whether it be looking for another job, or whether it be getting a certification or whatever, or who you're trying to date, or how you're actually trying to pursue your passion, or marriage, or raising kids. Like, every single person is going to have an opinion. And I think it's very necessary for you to just hone in and understand that you should not be taking criticism from everybody, that you should not be taking suggestions from just anybody and everybody. And it is detrimental. Now, I do believe that criticism can come from any place and anyone, to be honest with you, and you can improve your product based off of that criticism. But it is also very important for you to realize on who exactly is the critic himself. Now, you need to make sure that this person actually knows what they're talking about and they're just not trying to shit on you in the first place. So, for example, if somebody is giving you advice on how to raise kids and they've literally never raised a child before, why should you take their advice? Being very frank with you, I think a lot of single people and a lot of people just in general, I think they're the loudest critics of parents, of like, oh, if we had kids, we would do something differently. And then when they actually end up having kids, they're basically doing the same thing as every single parent. In my opinion, I think parenting is one of the most hardest jobs in the world. It's the most criticized job, and it's the most underappreciated job as well. And so just like you wouldn't take parenting advice from somebody who's not a parent or who's never been a parent, then you shouldn't take advice from anybody who is not trying to achieve the same things that you are. You shouldn't take advice or their criticism from anybody who does not follow the same path of life that you do. It's completely idiotic for you to think that everybody is going to understand where you're coming from. Everybody is going to understand what you're trying to do with your life, because people are not going to. You have your own dreams and you have your own goals, and you should pursue them regardless of whatever people have to say. Now, I'll take myself as an example. If I know that I'm trying to build my YouTube channel to 100 million subscribers, and Mr. Beast is trying to advise me and he's being critical of my videos, he's basically critiquing my videos, should I take his advice? Absolutely, because he has skin in the game. He has done this before. He has achieved the goal which I am dreaming of currently. Now, why would I take advice from somebody who is just a blogger, for example, right? Like, they're very good at writing blogs and newsletters, but they know absolutely nothing about YouTube videos. Now, they can possibly help me out with writing a newsletter, but they're never going to be able to help me out with my YouTube videos, with the delivery of my message, with my script, with my editing process, with how to be more efficient, or how to pick a topic to talk about, or my lighting, or my camera settings, or my audio quality. All of these things matter. So who would you rather take your advice from? Who would you rather have critique you? Mr. Beast or this guy who runs a newsletter? It should be Mr. Beast. And just like that, you understand this logically, that the person who has a newsletter, their critique of your videos doesn't matter, of course, but sometimes you'll get emotionally bogged down by this comment that they made, or maybe they said that, oh, your video sucks. It doesn't matter, because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So make sure to take that as well. Make sure to understand that not everybody is going to be a good critic of your work, because they have absolutely no idea what they're talking about in the first place. And let me tell you this. I mentioned this before, but I really want to hammer it in for you. The people who are too afraid to chase their goals, to chase their passions, their dreams, or really anything that they actually want to accomplish in their lives, are going to be the biggest critics of you. Regardless of whether they know anything about the topic that you're talking about or the thing that you're trying to be successful at, it will not matter. They will have the biggest mouths. And you can test this theory and it'll prove itself, to be very frank with you. Try pursuing your dreams, try pursuing your goals, and put it out in the open. Instead of actually getting like super encouraging messages, I promise you, you'll get messages like, oh, well, I saw you're looking for a job, but your resume is not up to date or whatever, and this person is like unemployed, or he's not even graduated from college. Like, shit like this happens all the time. So try it out yourself. And guess what? Because they're so scared of pursuing their own goals and their dreams and their passions, they'll always have an opinion on you. So it's best to just ignore them. It honestly is. I'm telling this to you for your own benefit. And the people who actually chase their goals, chase their dreams, they know exactly how hard it is. So that is why they end up not even saying anything bad about anything that you actually want to do. So that is definitely a rule of thumb that you should definitely follow, because I found it to be very true. Anyways, guys, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This was episode number 109 of the Daily Lessons podcast. I hope you guys don't critique this video too bad. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.